left to right, running back Tamarick Williams, quarterback Cam Miller in the center, and on the right, safety Cole Wisniewski will take questions, please.
Cole, what was your vantage point on the extra point in overtime?
I mean, I was one of the guys trying to get a block on it too. I didn't even know that Pontius was in the game until afterwards, but when I did find out that he was the one that blocked it, I was just thrilled for him. He's a guy, it's his 5th year here, and he's just grinding every single day and doesn't get to see the field on the offense. So for us to put in a package, especially for him, and for him to execute on it when his name's called is just something awesome.
Coach Hens said that you guys hadn't done that at all this season. Clearly, you didn't even know he was in the game.
Well, I knew he had the package called for him, but I didn't know that he was in the game for that snap. But yeah, it's an awesome thing, especially for a guy like Pontius.
Cam, you fully preparing to get, okay, we're going to go back on offense after you see them score the touchdown?
Absolutely. I was getting my helmet ready, but I knew that we were going to be on defense first, so I knew I had some time, but I wanted to get loose, and then I didn't even watch it happen. I just heard it, and everybody started freaking out, and it was awesome.
T-Mac, how did it feel for you to have a game like this in this kind of playoff situation? They shut down the quarterback run pretty well, but then you and TK were kind of able to show up. What was it like for you to have a performance like this today?
For me, I always try to be prepared for the moment, man. You never know when your number's gonna be called, man. And for me, I had a great week of practice, man. I think it's also just not just a testimony to myself, but to TK as well, man. I think we're a great running back duo. I mean, you can throw BK in there too, man. He's a great running backs, man. I think we all were ready for the opportunity whenever it presented itself.
What was the difference for you today? So, I mean, first time over 100 yards this year. What was the difference?
Honestly, I just think the line did a great job of just getting a lot of movement for me. I just trusted my eyes. I think I got great vision, and obviously, when I get a seam, I can increase it, make a big run. So.
Feel like a long time coming today, Tamarick, to have a kind of game like you had for yourself?
Oh yeah, most definitely. But like I said, I'm always prepared for the opportunity. I know whenever my number's called, I'll be ready.
Cam, what was it like playing quarterback in an environment like this? A lot of fans out there playing outside in enemy territory. What was it like playing quarterback in Houston?
I think other than playing in the Dome, it's the coolest environment that I've ever played in. The fans were fully engaged in the game, and I think thankfully on that first drive that we had, the long run that you had in the second half the fans weren't out there yet, so it was kind of nice, and it wasn't very loud, but awesome venue, great team. We just found a way to win.
Cole, can you describe how much you practice that look on the block PAT? I mean, did you practice a lot this year, or this week, or whatever?
Yeah, we probably practiced it 2 or 3 different days this week. Made sure that everyone was in. We knew that he was going to be in, so that we weren't going to have 12 men on the field, because that would have been costly in the game. So we practiced it. We spent a good amount of time with it, getting Pontius over with us on the defensive side of the ball, and then even on just walkthroughs, making sure that everyone knows where they need to be.
So I understand it's called the Viking.
Yeah.
You're okay with that as a cheesehead to be in?
Hey, if it gets us blocks, I'm all right with it. I even did a little skull chant in the locker room out of respect for Ponch.
Cam, you described that play call at overtime for the touchdown. Was it a design little spin for you to get into the end zone?
Yeah, I think we've repped it throughout the week of practice, and we've ran it a few times in a game. We just brought a tackle over. They blocked it up really well. I knew I had to make one guy miss, and that happened, and yeah, it was an awesome feeling. Didn't play very well throughout the game, but we just found a way to win, leaned on each other, and Bison pride, and that's something that we emphasize. Coach Hens said yesterday, he was like, we don't need to win by 50, we just need to win by 1 point. No matter how we get it done, we need to win by 1 point, and that's what we did.
Cam, you're down 28-21. What's going through your mind? How are you guys able to stay in it and come back?
I think just trusting the process, and like I said before, we've been down this year, so we've been used to it, and just keeping our poise and composure, and I think we hadn't played complementary football through the first 3 quarters, and then when we scored and we needed a stop when it mattered most, defense came up big for us.
You mentioned that you heard the block. It was so loud.
Yeah.
And then when you realize what's actually happening, like what's going through your mind at that time?
Who do I celebrate first with? Honestly. So.
Same for you, Cole. I mean, when you hear it go through your mind, when you hear the sound of the block, what's going through your head?
I was almost in disbelief too, knowing that I couldn't get there off the edge, and I didn't get there, heard the kick go off, and then when you hear the thud, man, I was just so excited. Super excited for us as a team, but it almost felt like because when you're down, it's next play mentality through and through, and so it's almost disbelief because you're almost prepared for the next play, the next series, the next coaching that you're going to get on the sideline. So I was just absolutely thrilled though. It was awesome.
Cam, you ran over and celebrated with your parents. What was that moment like for you?
I didn't know that they were in the front row until like that drive that we ended up going 70 and scoring with TK, and I hadn't played very well, and I saw my parents in the front row, and there was just something that hit me like I didn't want this season to end at all. And I know everybody on my team knew that they trusted me and that they needed me to come up big when I needed to, and that was such a special moment for me, just seeing my family there.
Cole, could you just describe the problems that Tommy Malott offered for your defense today? He was a problem for you today.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime, and it's the same reason that we do it, anytime you get a quarterback in the run game, you need to add another fitter. But then they did a good job at stretching us horizontally and just really drawing us thin at different positions. But yeah, he's a great athlete. He showed he had a great ability to throw the ball today. Really good decision maker. So he's a great athlete, great quarterback. It's a fun competitor to play against.
Well, how much of a burst was it at the end of regulation to have Cava and Hendricks defensive plays finally get a stop there at the end of regulation?
Huge, really huge. I mean, momentum's the biggest thing, and especially in an environment where they have fans like there is today, momentum's a huge part of it. So confidence going into overtime. I mean, first play of overtime is probably not how we wanted it to go, but even going into the next series that would have happened had the block not happened, we still have confidence that we can make plays and that we know that our line's going to handle business.
Cam, another shot at South Dakota. Really thought about getting the Coyotes again after what happened earlier this year?
Yeah, I just remember last time we played them, I think we had the ball 5 different times. So how are we going to get them off the field on third down? How are we going to take care of the football and stay on the field on third down? I think are 2 points of emphasis that we'll cover this week. Very well coached football team, similar to the team that we just played, physical, and they play extremely hard.